Hello and welcome to CharlotteNow.tv. This is a segment we call Community Connections. And tonight we are going to be taking a really hard look at the upcoming midterm elections. Accusations of potential voter fraud, division, and why you should be in mortal fear of your very neighbors, perhaps because they don't think exactly like you. Today on CharlotteNow.tv. I'm joking. That's the other news. This is CharlotteNow.tv's Community Connections, and we're actually going to have some fun. And we're going to talk about lovely people doing wonderful things to make Charlotte, North Carolina, an awesome place to live and do business. Today on the show, we are going to be meeting a couple ladies that operate a creative space in Mount Holly, a beautiful little historic suburb of Charlotte up in the northwest quadrant of the metro area. And their business is called the Pisces Gallery. And, well, they're going to come on the show. They're going to tell us what they're doing to build community and to support the creative community. Specifically, we're going to hone in on a series of meet and greets and live events that they have been hosting and are going to continue to host, focusing on chefs of the metropolitan area. Because as we know, COVID just decimated the culinary industry, the hospitality industry in general. And they're doing what they can to help build back and give some of the brighter stars of the culinary world that are looking to rebuild after that disaster. And they're giving them a space to get out there and meet their community, show their stuff, and promote their work. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that and learning more about our guests. Welcome to the show, Katrina Pendergrass and Donda Bullock. We really appreciate you coming on the show and telling us what you're doing to make Charlotte that much better.
Thank you so much, Sam, for having us. Well, this Friday.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. And it's so wonderful to meet folks like you. You know, Katrina and I had a great talk on the phone the other day. My wife and I just moved to Charlotte just 2 months ago. And I decided to, much like what you guys are doing, you know, you got a business, right? And this is what I do, is digital media. But I started Charlotte Now for the purpose of not just putting my work out there and hopefully getting some clients, but because I love the city and the people are amazing. And I'm hoping to deploy these technologies to help raise awareness as to the good things that are happening in this town. And I'm so glad that I met you. I think it's really cool what you're doing up there at the gallery. I want to learn more about the gallery, and I want to learn more specifically. I want to focus on this series that you're doing featuring local chefs. How cool is that? So, ladies, tell us a little bit about the Pisces Gallery and a little bit about each of yourselves and what you do in your business. Then we'll talk about the chef series. So, Katrina, since we started, my conversation started with you on the phone the other day. Tell us a little bit about Katrina Pendergrass.
All right. Yes. So I am a resident of Mecklenburg County. Our space is located in Mount Holly, but I'm 9 minutes from Mount Holly. I love the beautiful scenery. I am a curator. I love culinary ideas. I love to be in the kitchen. I am not a chef, but I'm always around chefs and different cooks. So I do a lot of things in the kitchen as well, but I am not the professional. I am a certified event planner, and that's where we thought of having the Pisces Gallery together with Donda Bullock. But just me, myself individually, I bake, I cook cuisine, I love international food, I love going and traveling and enjoying food. So that's where the culinary series came in to help chefs revitalize their business.
That's awesome. And Donda Bullock, tell us a little bit about you and your role in the Pisces Gallery.
Hi, my name is Donda Bullock. I am actually a image consultant. I love fashion. I've been in the business since 2008, as well as I am a personal stylist as well. Here at the Pisces Gallery, I have my clients to come in, and what we would do, we would consult. I help build models' resumes, as well as musicians, as well as up and coming actresses and actors. And I'm so excited about the Pisces Gallery because it's not only for, things that I am doing, dealing with fashion, it's also about giving back to the community as well. And as you can see, we're hosting Fright Night, shining a spotlight on the culinary art industry. So I'm very excited about that.
Who came up with this idea, and when did the events start? And tell us a little bit about them and how they've gone so far. How have they been received by the community?
You can go ahead.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's a mixture of both. I kept talking to Dawn. I was like, oh, I want to get my event rental company back up. She was like, yeah, we should go into that. Then she called me. She said, oh, I found this space in Mount Holly. Let's look at it. So it was originally just supposed to be an office space for us. And it just turned into this meeting space where we had this idea, hey, let's just not keep it to ourselves. Let's pour out into the community. Let's connect with other creatives, and let's continue to build and grow, because there's been so much heartache and people just being in so much despair. We feel as though creative arts keeps us through, comes get us out of a depressed state, and let's use our gifts and talents for the city. So that's what I came up with.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off what Katrina said, one of our very first events that we had was a networking event. That event, it was beautiful. We had about 20 to 25 people that came in. We had hors d'oeuvres, we had champagne. And so we celebrated each other. So we asked each individual, what they did, what they contribute to the community, what their business was. The networking event was called Trendsetter, because that's what we are all about here, setting trends, positive trends. And we're looking to do more networking events.
That is awesome. I'm really glad I met you, ladies. We're going to share some pictures. I understand that y'all are working on a website. How long have you been in business? How long has this? And were you in the event? I know you're talking respectably. You both have some background in this, but how long has your business? How long have you guys been partnering and operating as this business? And the event space, is that separate from your consulting businesses? I mean, help us understand a little bit more. So if people want to get hold of you, they can do so, find out exactly what you do and where you do it. Do you operate outside the event space too?
Absolutely.
Yes, we do both. Yes. As far as being in business at the space, we just opened up this summer. But I have been in the culinary industry working as a certified event planner for over 10 years. I started my career at an event rental company, actually ironing and pressing linens and going out and setting up tents. I've done a lot of my work in Atlanta. I'm known in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. So I have done a lot of events and set up a lot of culinary. So what I do here at the Pisces Gallery, I consult with chefs and those who are trying to get back into the culinary industry. So I'm going to set them up with photographers, videographers. I'm going to rebrand them on their websites. I am working on getting a whole line of new chef coats and knives. I'm fully packaging them to be prepared to go back. And because a lot of things with the culinary industry has changed. A lot of people are on TikTok doing culinary videos, lessons, Facebook and Instagram. So I'm getting them prepared to be seen, just not here in Mount Holly in Mecklenburg County, but let's get them out in other places where untouched territory where they're not being seen.
Donda, why did this matter so much to you to do this, specifically for this chef series? I heard Katrina say, as we all know, there's been a lot of heartache and a lot of economic crashes due to the effects of the pandemic shutdowns. Why was it so important for you to help the culinary industry?
Well, it was important for me. Number one, I love giving back. That's, to me, that's the most underlining thing that you can do for humanity. I would love to share this space, our space, with people that are in the arts, or not even just the arts. So, yeah, it's very important to me that we have this Fright Night to shine a light on the culinary art community, because it's about giving back, allowing people to have a safe haven to, have food and listen to music and be amongst, other people. A lot of people are still kind of shook about, COVID and everything. And now we're opening the doors now to let everyone know, we're still being safe, but we need to come back together in fellowship. And that is very important to me. I love communicating, networking, and just being amongst happy people. So I think that was a brilliant idea for Katrina to come up with this idea, because she did. So, but we support each other in everything we do. I have events that I particular do. She supports me. This is one of her events that she thought of. And so I'm here to support her in her event as well.
That's fabulous. Katrina, I made a little joke about the upcoming election season and so much of the division that's happening in our country. And, that's the other news channels. That's not what we're focusing on here. But there really is, there's, man, it just seems as if the media, and there's so many factions being formed in this country that is focusing on keeping people at odds and apart from one another. And I think it's so beautiful to see a fledgling business here, experienced business ladies who are putting their talents to work to build community, and as you so eloquently put it, Donda, not just online. This is one thing. We've all gotten used to this doing virtual, but to get back to, being there in person, in the room, and laughing and sharing and being happy and having a great time. I think it's wonderful what you're doing. Talk to us a little bit more about your vision for this, for continuing to build community with that model.
I'll go ahead and start. For me, Don and I, we talk a lot, phone text, hey, I had this thought, we should do this and that. Our vision is just to really continue to cultivate creatives, push them out and feel comfortable who they are. We're looking for screenwriters. We're looking for authors, looking for poets, designers, artists. We want to shine the light no matter where we are. We want to, of course, come outside the four walls of the Pisces Gallery and reach out to you and be at your events. Not only we want you to come in and showcase your talent within the space, but we're going to support you outside of there as well, because we are event planners, and Donna does a lot of consulting, not just in North Carolina, but in South Carolina as well. I travel as well. So we're there pushing you. We're motivating you. We're not just going to leave you without the tools you need to win, to be successful.
You're nodding your head there, Don. Do you want to add on to that?
Absolutely. That is so true. When we do have our events, I always make a notion to make sure we have, local artists that comes out that can contribute to us, that sing, even when it comes down to our DJs. Mike, he's our in-house DJ. He also does art. So we shine a light on the artist as well. He's a very, very great painter. Can't wait to show you those pictures. But just being able to highlight people that have talents and to share those memories and create memories is one of the things that, me and Katrina share together, because when people come in here, they say, wow, this place is really a vibe. Like we feel the warmth, the love, they see it, and they say, hey, now I want to have my event here as well. So I'm very happy about that.
I like, it's interesting that you said that word vibe, because I told you my wife and I just moved to Charlotte, and we were living in the mess up that is the DC metro area. And man, boy, talk about a mess. And, you know, we were there, we got married, we went through COVID, and we're like, oh, we got to get out of this madhouse. So heard about Charlotte, came down to visit in May, and just, it was the vibe of the city. It was this energy, and y'all, you're nodding, you know what I'm talking about. There's this energy here, and the people were just amazing. Every person that we met was just positive. People were happy, upbeat, versus where we were from, where everybody was just not, I shouldn't say everybody, because I made some good friends up there and they're great people. But by and large, when you go out in public, there's this vibe of just isolation and fear. Whereas here, it's the exact opposite. There's this vibe of openness and space where you can feel like you can be yourself and be appreciated for that, you know, and not put in a box or ostracized because you're maybe think a little bit differently, or you're, you know, the folks here seem so much more gracious and open-minded than many of the cities that I've been in. And I appreciate the Charlotte vibe, and I'm really, really glad you guys are doing what you're doing. And well, for any, let's put it in the context here. I want you to look into the camera and tell anybody who might be watching the show, maybe outside. If you live in Charlotte, you know why it's such an awesome place. Anybody that might want to consider coming here, visiting, possibly moving. Why is Charlotte, North Carolina such an awesome city?
I think Charlotte is a very good city because of the culture. You have diversity here. Jobs are coming here. I mean, every time you turn around, you're seeing new office buildings are being built. There's a lot of resources here. There's a lot of groups and networking events. Like every weekend, you definitely can find something to do. And it's about having fun, but it's also about connecting with the right people. Mm-hmm. The nightlife is wonderful. You know, when I went to a ribbon cutting the other day, you get to see the mayors and the town officers. They're out and about, just supporting those new businesses that are coming out. And then we're right in the center. Like, so, you know, if you need to go to Atlanta, or if you need to go to Raleigh or somewhere in South Carolina, it's easy to do. I think Charlotte is a very, very wonderful place to live.
It's a great hub, no doubt about it. Katrina, how about you? You've lived in other places, as you said, and done business in other cities. What is it about Charlotte, the Queen City, that you just have come to love?
I think it's the charm of the people. Just like last weekend, I had an event, more so of a private event for one of my clients, and people were just like, wow, they were watching the people come in. It's like, oh, what's going on in there? We hear the music, and people were just drawn. They wanted to come in, and it was like, you know, in New York or somewhere, if I was New Jersey, and it's like, okay, this is a private event, you can't come because I really don't know, what type of energy that you're coming in, but the people were just so gracious. They came in. Hey, how can I book? I want to make a donation. So you're close. Like she said, you're close to Atlanta. But I want to also highlight that there's beautiful places within Charlotte that are small businesses that have very much culture and history themselves. And that's what you can really look forward to when you come to Charlotte. It's not just a banking, town, but there's different things that are coming here because it's such a melting pot now that people are coming to Charlotte because, of course, Atlanta is crowded. Baltimore, I'm not going to speak on my city. It's what it is. But Charlotte, you have clean streets. You have less traffic than you would be anywhere else, and they're continuing to build up their subway system. So most definitely, we have lots to look forward to in the Queen City.
That is fabulous. Well, tell us. We'll go ahead and take this out. I really, really appreciate your time, and I appreciate your vibe. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate what you are bringing to the table here. Tell us what is in store for guests at the Pisces Gallery. Tell us about this weekend, what you have going on, and then I understand that you have your year-end event coming up in December. Katrina, why don't you go ahead and start?
All right, so this Saturday at 6 p.m. here at the Pisces Gallery in Mount Holly, we are featuring Chef Cameron. He has also a chef who's been affected by COVID. This is his first time back in his full attire. He's going to be on the flat top doing hibachi. We have chicken, shrimp, scallops. Most definitely, we do have a few tickets left. You can reach out to us on our social media pages or Facebook or Instagram. But if you just want to come out and take a look and see what we do, most definitely, you're welcome to come in. I just ask, don't come empty-handed, because we do have a coat drive that's going on right now. So if you have any gently used clothing and coats and anything that you want to give back, most definitely come with those and take a look and feel the energy here at the Pisces Gallery. Our last event for the year will be in December on the 17th. It is called Soulful Sunday. It's just going to take you back, as Donda mentioned. We try to create a warmth, welcoming environment. And what gathers people the most, again, as we're doing our culinary season, is food. You know, you can go back to when you was at your grandmother's house, you smell her food, and that's the energy that we're going to give you on Soulful Fun Sunday. You're going to be reminiscing of being back at your grandmother's house. Having good music is what we're going to have. We're going to have another chef that will come in and wow.
Donda,
I
don't know what's happened. Your phone flipped on us there. You were turning off the music. Okay. I got to say that was perfect timing, though. I don't know what the music was, but when you were talking about music and ambiance and whatnot,
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It actually is one of what we call a happy mistake in this industry. So, Donda, tell us a little bit about your featured guests for your event in December.
We have a local artist. Her name is Tika. She sounds amazing. She's a beautiful young lady, very soulful. She is going to be giving selections. We have some more local artists coming as well. We also have some other events at the Pisces Gallery. On November the 5th, we're having a Friendsgiving. A Friendsgiving is basically you inviting your friend to come to the Pisces Gallery. It's kind of like a potluck, but where we will have artists here. We'll have comedians as well. We're also having a sip and paint that will be coming out in December. I'm also having a power shoot, where I'm going to be helping local models or any models that want to work on their portfolio. So
cool.
The Pisces, yeah,
that's
so the
pretty
Pisces
cool.
Gallery
Who's your photographer for that?
His name is, I'm so sorry, I'm thinking of it right now. Sebastian. His name is Sebastian. Cool. We actually met at Charlotte Fashion Week, which I usually work backstage there every year since I've been here. He's going to be here. We have maybe like 10 people have signed up thus far. I'll be helping them build their model portfolio so they can take it to agencies to get booked. So if you are looking to join the modeling industry, I'll be more than happy to assist you.
Wow, this is really, really cool. Nice diversity of opportunity, and to not only network but to build a small business and work with like-minded folks that are lifting each other up in happiness and joy, and in a productive, happy space. I think it's awesome. Looking forward to working with you guys again. And hey, you're watching the show. One of the things we were talking about as we were doing some prep, if anybody's interested and intrigued by these technologies that I'm using here to produce Charlotte now, one of the ladies said, you should come on out and maybe teach a class on digital media production. I would love that. So if you are interested, hit me up and let me know, and contact the ladies and say, yeah, let's get out there and get Mr. E showing how we can utilize some of the latest, greatest digital media technologies to advance our business and our personal agendas, and sometimes just to have some fun. I mean, this is a great way to meet people around the world. I want to thank our ladies. Katrina Pendergrass and Donda Bullock for coming on to charlottenow.tv. Hey, before we go, I want to get your thoughts on what it is that we're doing here with Charlotte Now TV. What do you think about what you've seen so far and the importance of I would say, an online movement like this to our community?
What drew me to you is that, you watch so many different news channels and it's always something sad that you're watching, but this is uplifting. This is empowering us. Hey, we want to shine brighter light than the darkness. We're not, turning our blind eye to things that are not right in the community, but let's shine a brighter light on things that are going right in the community and gathering people and empowering them and lifting up each other's voice and embracing that. And that'll take away a lot of the darkness in the world.
Oh, that's awesome. How about you, Don? I appreciate what you said, Katrina.
That is definitely true. And I've done a lot of interviews. One thing I like about Charlotte Now is that your energy helps bring out my energy, because I can be a little nervous sometimes, but you made me feel comfortable in asking about, us and what we're doing, and you're just highlighting us, and I think that's a great thing that you're doing. So continue. I definitely will tell people about Charlotte Now. So
that's awesome. Well, I greatly appreciate that. And I mean, that's what it's about. It's about you and those that are watching. So if you have an interesting story, ladies, please, you've got a network that's built. You've got some cool, interesting people that you think would add to the show. Let us know. I also have the ability. I have a mobile studio as well. I'll have to show you sometime what I got going on here. I got a nice little home studio, but I can do everything that I'm doing here live as well. It's a little more work because I got to haul it and set it up, but we can go out into the community and do mobile versions of Charlotte Now, which would be really cool. So I would love to work with you all. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Any parting thoughts? And we'll go ahead and call it a day.
Yes, I just still wanted to capitalize on this coat drive that we are having. If you do want to drop off some coats, we are here at 122 East Central Avenue here in Mount Holly. Gently used coats, or they could be new. We do ask that you bring them in cleaned. If not, that's fine. We'll get them cleaned. But we definitely want to give back to the less fortunate, because it's going to be a cold winter. And so we want to help clothe those that are less fortunate than us. So please bring it. Our telephone number, it'll be dropped down below, but our numbers are 704-524-5610. That is my number. Katrina could state her number. And right now we've been getting donations. I had someone from Texas call me today, as well as Florida. They're saying, hey, what's your Zelle? We want to send information out. So I'm posting on Instagram. I'm posting on Facebook. So I really appreciate it. Let's give back.
There you go. That's awesome. Katrina, how about a last word from you? We gave a shout out to what you got going on right now. And we gave a shout out to Charlotte as a wonderful metropolitan area and a place to do business and to live. Put a shout out here to our audience. What are you looking for? What do you want to see more of in the coming year at the Pisces Gallery?
I want to see more people, more faces, us reaching more people than ever. I know that we've all gotten very comfortable behind our video screens and technology, but nothing beats having that connection with a human being. It is better to say, hey, do you know, an artist who come out, or do you know a caterer? Do you know a fashion designer? But if you already have been to the Pisces Gallery, you've met that person, you've seen their work, that means it's valuable there. I don't have to look at your pictures online. I've seen you in action. I've seen you in work. So that is what we want to see more in Charlotte and in the Pisces Gallery. Let's connect, let's gather, let's support one another, and let's build each other up.
Oh, speaking of which, we should mention, you had made mention of the person that actually owns the space that's allowing you all to do this wonderful work there. Why don't you give a shout out to your partner there that's providing the actual room?
Yes, and she probably just passed by. Yes, we want to thank Miss Shelley Lance for all that she does and believing in us, and just, hey girls, how you doing? That's what she always says. How's everything going? You all right? I wish you stay forever, and we love you. We thank you for the opportunity, Miss Shelley Lance. And make sure that you all, she's an accountant. She's wonderful at what she does. Support her as well. Make sure you come out on Saturday, 6 p.m. here, and support Chef Cameron to get back on his feet.
That's awesome. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, ladies. Great. Well, hey, God bless you for what you're doing for this wonderful city and for the creative community here. And as a fellow lover of food and a foodie and a wonderful cook myself, I grew up in a Sicilian household. So my mom taught me how to cook well, and I absolutely love it. And I do know, as we said, chefs and restaurant workers, the whole hospitality industry, along with several others, was just decimated. So you want to learn more about the fine folks that are going to be featured here at the Pisces Gallery. Go on out there to Mount Holly, enjoy a beautiful night out in quaint little downtown there, just minutes from downtown Charlotte, and maybe we'll see you there. Ladies, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. We'll see you at the Pisces Gallery soon.
Absolutely. My pleasure, my honor. And there you have it. Another episode of CharlotteNow.tv in the digital bag, as we say. If you would like to come on the show, please hit us up. You can go to CharlotteNow.tv and fill out our online form and give us some show tips too. Let us know if you or somebody you know would like to come on the show and talk with us and the world about what a great place that Charlotte, North Carolina is. Again, my name is Sam Ettaro. I am the host and the producer of CharlotteNow.tv. Special thanks to our guests for coming in today. And again, we'll see you next time at Charlotte Now. My name is Ettaro. I'm out.